Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and I help women look great and feel great through fasting and awful nutrition. In today's video, I wanted to talk about intermittent fasting for immune health. With cold and flu season upon us in the northern hemisphere, well, we want to boost our immune system. We want to do what we can to avoid getting sick as much as possible. And it turns out that intermittent fasting is a great tool for that. So I'm going to go through 10 surprising ways in which intermittent fasting helps you improve your immune health. Number one is fasting lowers monocyte count. Monocytes, what is that, you may wonder? Well, monocytes are white blood cells that fight pathogens, and their release causes inflammation, which makes you feel under the weather. But it turns out that when you are fasting, fewer of them are released into your bloodstream. There's a study that was done on mice, and the monocyte count was reduced after 4 hours of fasting. However, fasting even longer, like 20 hours for example, has even greater anti-inflammatory benefits that will improve your immune health. Now, number two ties in with number one. It's T cells and B cells become supercharged. T cells and B cells are also white blood cells. And similarly, since they are not going into your bloodstream, they become supercharged because they get to feed on all the minerals and vitamins in your bone marrow. And now let's keep going with number three, which still has to do with your white blood cells. And it's fasting breaks down white blood cells. So fasting will deplete your white blood cells, force your body to create more fresh new ones. In one study, the subjects were asked to fast regularly for 72 hours during a 6-month period. However, it turns out that you may not even have to fast for 72 hours to get similar benefits, and that intermittent fasting may work the same way through ketone metabolism. I talk a lot about ketone productions in many of my videos and how intermittent fasting can help you achieve ketosis without even being on the keto diet. And that may be another way that you will improve your immune health through intermittent fasting. And actually, since we're at it, number four is ketone bodies regulate immune function. So number three was how ketone metabolism may help break down white blood cells. But in this case, it's that ketones fuel the immune system to fight infections. A 2019 study found that ketogenic diet may help combat the flu. Number five is intermittent fasting improves insulin sensitivity. That's another benefit that comes up a lot when we talk about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting stabilizes your blood sugar, improves your insulin sensitivity. It looks like insulin provides a signaling pathway to immune cells. And improving insulin sensitivity, well, improves the effectiveness of this signaling pathway. Insulin resistance causes chronic inflammation and inhibits proper immune responses. And also when it comes to insulin sensitivity, well, it ties in with metabolic health. The connection between metabolic health and immune function has been studied a lot. And intermittent fasting improves all aspects of metabolic health, like your weight, your waist measurement, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, and your glucose levels. And in many studies, metabolic health is improved through calorie restriction and weight loss. But there is also a study in which participants had to restrict their calories to a 10-hour window, and they found an improvement in metabolic health even though calorie restriction was not required. And number six, intermittent fasting lowers your cholesterol. Another benefit that you'll hear a lot when we talk about intermittent fasting is how it lowers your bad cholesterol. I mentioned monocytes already in the first point, and it turns out that more monocytes circulate in the bloodstream of patients with high cholesterol. And as you may remember, monocytes cause the inflammatory response that you have to endure when your body fights off infections. And keeping your white blood cells in your blood marrow as opposed to in your bloodstream may be very beneficial to fight off your infections faster without suffering as much. Number 7 is intermittent fasting reduces overall calorie consumption. Oh yeah, so I mentioned already how restricting calories helps improve metabolic health, which in turn helps improve your immune health. But also calorie restriction will help decrease T cells and B cells in your bloodstream. And then again, it's the idea of keeping these white blood cells in your bone marrow, as we've talked about in many of the points already. But also there's the fact that calorie restriction enhances your immune system by reducing the level of inflammation throughout your body. It just helps you live longer and better. Number 8, intermittent fasting activates autophagy. Autophagy is a process by which your body cleans out damaged cells and replaces them by new cells. As you can see on this autophagy timeline, it takes 24 hours to experience significant autophagy, and immune cell renewal happens at around the 72-hour mark. However, experiencing any type of autophagy with any length of fasting will be beneficial for sure. Number 9 is intermittent fasting reduces oxidative stress. When immune cells are fighting off invaders, it produces oxidative stress. These free radicals may damage healthy cells and cause inflammation. But under normal circumstances, the inflammation just goes away when your body is done fighting the invaders. However, the oxidative stress may persist. Fortunately, intermittent fasting has been shown to reduce that oxidative stress. A study conducted during Ramadan found that the changes in body weight achieved through fasting and calorie restriction reduced oxidative stress. So, not sure whether it's the fact of restricting your calories during a certain period of time. It may just be the calorie restriction and the reduced body weight, but either way, intermittent fasting helps you achieve all of that. And our last point, number 10, intermittent fasting improves your circadian rhythm. So improving your circadian rhythm will help improve immune health because it will help improve your metabolic health. But it will also help you improve your sleep, which is critical for proper immune function, and reduce inflammation. And we've talked about the issue with inflammation as well, with many of the points we had about the white blood cells. So since intermittent fasting helps improve your sleep, it will help improve your immune function. We talked about metabolic health and immune function already, but what about sleep? Let's talk a little bit more about sleep. Proper sleep is critical when it comes to immune health. When you are sleeping, your body is healing. And like every other complex mechanism in your body, this relationship is actually bidirectional, which means that better sleep will improve your immune health, but also a better immune function will improve your sleep. Another thing I want to mention is how sleep will reduce inflammation. Studies show that immune functions are regulated by your circadian rhythms. So that's it. Now you know how that works and how intermittent fasting impacts your immune function. So another motivating factor to help you keep going, to help you continue on with practicing intermittent fasting. And thank you for watching.